That's called direct drive. And I like it. I do. It is January the 27th and it's 10:38. How's everyone doing tonight? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Where do we begin? Shout out to the mob, all my other bears. I call the Grizzlies and the Honey Bears. Yeah, already. Somebody's getting something started. Let's see who's with me tonight. It is, of course, my moderators. I see you both. Baby Juju and Vicky Black. Viva, there you are. And of course, a few of you are already in the bushes listening. You know, so let me just touch on this real quick. Last night, there was someone that came into the chat and asked a few questions. And of course, all of you who have been with me for some time know that we do from time to time get our fair share of trolls. Now, whether or not that person was a troll or not, we really don't know. I don't think I was, rude or anything. I really don't. I don't. So everyone is welcome here in the Bear Cave. And we just ask one thing, really. And if you make comments, to be respectful. And that's what our moderators are here for. If they see something, they might, from time to time, someone get 5 minutes to think about what they've said. And if it is egregious, then, they could either get blocked. Yeah. But it's not like if that would happen, you couldn't send an email and we could check things out. But we tend to, be a little bit more cautious, especially now that I'm in a case. I am in legal. And wow, I've got to do something. I have to do something. And I wish that I could even do it tonight, but I can't. So I'm going to have to wait until it opens in the morning. And I have a busy morning too. I do. And I want to get back over to Run Tell that too. Yeah. It'll just be like, just another day. And then what I'm thinking is maybe for a period of time, if I can get it balanced, that we could be over on Run Tell that too, sometime midday, maybe late mid-morning, and then come back at night. I'm going to try to do that because I really enjoyed being on Run Tell That Too. And I think I'm getting a little bit of a new audience for some reason. Yeah, there. And we want to stay in the algorithm. And we have hit our, at least exceeded 1,000. We've got to still get our numbers. And I'm talking about hours of viewing time. And we are not that far away. So we will definitely get back over there for sure this week. For sure. But something is going on in the background. And you know what? People are going to have a lot of things to say. They are. They're going to speculate. They don't know the story. And some people are interested in what's going on. And that's okay. Yes. And so I thought about it. What this individual mentioned is they retweeted, I guess, I'm not certain of the tweet, but I think it's the one that's pinned. I'm not sure. But if they retweeted anything that has to do with the case, for example, and that's also there, and it would be the ECF, I believe it's 124, where Daniel Robertson was supposed to give her legal name on the 5th of January. So if they did indeed post that, it it's not out of the realm of belief that uh, they certainly they might get some attention from that, maybe some attention that they don't want, because Danielle does not want that story out there, that case. She doesn't want people talking about it, except she's talking about something now, something that she did. The court didn't ask for all my emails from the United States Copyright Office. They didn't. So, yeah. So you got them because you were so curious. That's what it is. Yeah. And okay. Right? And you should know it's obvious. I told them, I answered the questions. I did. I wasn't concealing anything. I wasn't. But she's going to make people believe that I was. But that's okay. I'm done talking about that part. Enough giving her uh you know any type of validity in what she's saying, validate anything she's saying, except that what she should be doing is giving the court her legal name and her postal address. Yeah. So back to this individual. It's not unlike Danielle to target or have others target, but specifically her, target anyone who might even come to this channel. So we know that. And if it happened, I don't know. But yeah, we do err on the side of caution. And yeah, if you are reporting on this case, the information is there on Pacer, or I think other um, places, yeah, that you can get information on the case. I have to yet file, and I almost went downtown today, but then this afternoon around 1:30, 2 o'clock, when I thought I was going to go down, it started snowing again. Yeah. And that went on for maybe 45 minutes, and I was just kind of weighing it, like, if I go down now, could I just wait until the morning? Yeah. And just see how things go, with the clearing the snow, because it can be dangerous driving in snow, like, weather that we are having. It's slippery. I've already seen a couple of cars going, I didn't see them when it happened, but they were being towed out of the ditch. Yeah. And in my lifetime, I have hit black ice, and black ice is very dangerous, especially at night. And black ice basically is, it might appear that the road is dry, clear. And before you know it, you hit it. And you just go into a spin. Most people that hit black ice, and I've hit black ice, And I was on US 10, which is the Lodge Freeway. I'll never forget. I was going through Southfield and it was at night. And I was just about around 10 Mile Road. And it kind of starts to descend just a little bit between 10 Mile and 8 Mile Road. And as I was crossing near that exit, then suddenly my car, it was spinning on the freeway. A full 360 it did before I slammed into, like, came up on the embankment. I didn't total my car. When I say slam, I kind of, of course, trying to get out of it, my brakes. But thank God I did not hit the cement wall. Underpass. I did stop at the underpass. And it wasn't long that a police officer pulled up. It was a woman. It was a black African American officer. Yeah. And it was late. And I'm going to say this. Every officer is independent. They really are. I don't care what people think. There are good cops, there are bad cops. There are nice cops. There are all kinds of officers. This was some years ago. Yeah. So there I am. And she, gets my information. And I didn't have a phone with me at that time because, that was some years ago. I don't remember having the phone. And instead, yeah, don't want me to tell this story. That lady officer, she wasn't so nice. No. She wasn't that helpful to, even assist, like maybe you could, call a tow or something. I'm not far away. Could you just get me off of the freeway? Just take me up to the surface, No. I don't remember that she gave me a ticket. Maybe she did. I don't know. But I just thought she could have, I'm a woman. She's a woman. It's night. And I wasn't that far from the ramp. But, if you ever get stuck on a freeway, you might think that the ramp is close. And it really isn't. No. She just didn't seem so nice. And believe it or not, I have been in another situation. I was in my car. And I was someplace and got, stranded. And I was in, I'll say, a southern city. Maybe they're just nicer down south. I don't know. Mhm. And this was a white cop. Mhm. Yeah. He made sure that I was safe. He sure did. Got me out of my car. I was able to sit in the back seat of his vehicle while he got me some assistance. You think that officer would do that for me? I'm so sorry. That's like night and day. Why am I talking about that? Um, I think my point is you just take one at a time. But I definitely thought a sister. That's what I thought. But all sisters are. Somebody's going to say something about that. I didn't really expect it, but it was night. I did. She could have done something more to make me feel safer. Yeah. And she didn't. And, well, that's my experience. I've had good, I've had bad. Hmm. Yeah. I've never had a really bad situation with an officer because I shouldn't. I'm just saying how they, yeah, my experience. Overall, it's been good. It has been. But I know why I was talking about it. It's because I was talking about black ice. Yeah. Yeah. So be careful. I cannot believe I don't. You can take it any way you want to take it. You remember situations, and that one struck me. And so that's why I will probably always remember that story. Mhm. You can follow me on Unwind with Teddy um, everywhere on social media. You can also email me at unwindwithteddy at gmail.com. Mhm. Yeah. So, where do we start beside that? It looks like Shandava is he's doing a little something. I've got to find out. Yeah, Shandava. Sean Davey. Yeah. So I heard. Hmm. If it's true, he could be in trouble. Yeah, if he called some type of radio station or something, news, and broadcast that. I'm not sure. I may have heard a little bit of it on Sherelle. I didn't listen to all of it, maybe just enough to say, wow, okay. Hmm. And it is kind of funny to me, just going away from that. Sean Davyway, and I've said this at least twice, when he first started his channel, mhm, he talked about Tasha K every single day, all day long. That was the only thing he talked about. Mhm. And he wasn't nice to her at all. And so a person who doesn't know that and then they find out, then they say, like, wow, how did him and Tasha K go from being diametrically opposed to being besties almost? At least on platforms sharing the same spotlight. I don't know. But when you think about it, if it's business, right? Then that's what would have brought them together. Like business, if it's good for business, all can be forgiven. Even if he talked about her kids, or even if he talked about her husband, even if he talked about her as a woman and said some things that weren't so nice and personal. Yeah, everybody's different. They are. But if Shandava, if you don't know, and he's calling someone bullying, he is one of the biggest bullies on this platform. And he has been. He is. That's just Shandava. Yeah. And Sean Davieway, I call him Shandava. I have a few of his videos where he's talking about me directly, and it has to do with Danny Robertson. Yes. And he was making sexual innuendos, and she was playing this. Hmm. And it was very abusive, and she was very abusive. And, they really had a meeting of the minds of things that they were saying about me. Yeah. And I was just astonished, really. Because Shandava, he's not really that nice. But I've said he's funny. I used to think he was really funny. Yeah. Yeah. But he can be brutal. Yeah. I think one of his slogans or something about, I don't know, I'll paraphrase, sharpest tongue. Maybe, I don't know if it's in the West or Midwest or wherever. Yeah. But that's what he's known for, I think. Hmm. Yeah. So he might find himself now in the spotlight. And, I don't know exactly what he's done, or, but if he finds himself in the spotlight, or if he finds himself, in the crosshairs, it wouldn't be that difficult to, there's lots and lots of YouTube videos. That would show a different side. I don't know how many sides he has, but not so nice. Mm-mm. Yeah. And you wonder how certain people pair up, because he's paired up with, again, you just have to look at the people who coalesce, who are in the same kind of ring. I don't have to point them out, but you have to say, what do they have in common? What are their interests? Now, some, they don't always have the same interests on all things. No one does. No one does. Right. But, he has said some things. Mhm. And I guess now he's wants to protect a child. Protecting children is always good. Mhm. Yeah, it is. Mhm. But has he always been that way? Again, I don't know. But there are probably some recordings out there that might suggest otherwise. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. I don't know. What y'all think? Would that be something to spark an interest in? I don't know. I can say I could say a lot about some things that I think about, um, how people do gather together. And yes, at one point, Sean Davyway, him and Nosy Ho, he was on Nosy Ho Live's panel. Yeah, when she was over on Twitch. hmm And I remember Sean saying, that's his friend and talking about Nosy Ho Live and whatever Nosy Ho Live had going on, with anybody else, she was okay with him and he was okay with her. Yeah. Yes. And this would have been like right after, not too long after Nosy O Live channel was taken by Danny Robertson. I can say that. She said she took her channel. She did. Mhm. Yeah, you just haven't heard those videos where she talks about never giving Nosy Ho Live her channel back and that she didn't give two about it. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, she said she did it. Yeah. And we now know, along with, she had some help. Mhm. But those are recordings that I guess she doesn't want heard. So I don't know. Um, I've played snippets of them on like my Facebook, like if I simulcast. She struck those. She took down Facebook at least 3 times. She's come after Instagram at least 4 times. And each and every time that she has come against me on other social platforms to get my channels taken right away while I'm live, she always uses and weaponizes the sexual card. She says that I'm showing nudity or sexual images. Yes. And people think that she doesn't lie. Yeah. And on those platforms, they will take your channel down right away. They take it down first and ask questions later. Mhm. Yeah. And she uses that, weaponizes that because she can get results, instant results. And someone says she's not fair. Well, she doesn't fight fear. She's nothing's fair about her. No. Mm-mm. So then look at the people who attach closely to her and say, do they deal fair too? And yeah, just look at any receipts and that says it all. Yeah. Mhm. And notice people's channels that never go down. Or here's something else that I thought mm, is a possibility. All right. So someone said that, for example, let's take Jaguar Wright. Jaguar Wright's channel has gone down multiple times. It has. And she's been able to, restart those channels and, restart another channel. And yeah, I mean, she is the sector, or one of these sectors. So, of course, but what if there is this troll farm? Mhm. And what if part of the plot, I was going to say, is if people are working together, what if they agree, I'm going to take your channel down, right? I'm going to put strikes on you. But behind the scenes, they're in agreement with that. Okay. To everyone on the outside, it will appear they got a strike. They lost their channel. But what if there is this agreement? And behind the scenes, they just, the person that struck them, that they're in agreement with, they just simply send an email to YouTube and the strikes are removed or whatever. And people just don't know about that. That too could be a game. What if any of that's happening? Yeah. Because someone asked, why isn't this person gone or that person gone? Mhm. But then you see others that they really want gone. Either their channels have disappeared or, like me, fighting to keep my channel alive. And that's what it is. It's a up and a down, restart and start, stop and start. What if there is this troll farm? What if, people's channels are getting mass reported and shadow banned, and or maybe somebody who's behind the scenes really, what if they really don't want to see a channel grow or progress and use others to stand in the way or to do their dirty work too? Like layers, maybe. I don't know. I wonder how many people who have been in this sector now for some time now believe, based on what they've seen or what they know, what they think they know, that they would say, wow, you mean these people would really be working together? I mean, really? Something has been tossed out as an idea. Yeah. Have I spoken about it? Not really. About this platform. Mhm. Mm. What time is it? I haven't looked at the time. It's 11:13. Yes. At this point, it's like something would shock me, but maybe it shouldn't. Maybe nothing should shock me, really. Who is working together? Because you have to look overall, who would gain the most and why? Because there are different cliques, if you want to call them niches. Mhm. And if you think about it, is it possible 4 years ago, 5 years ago, maybe Shandava was working? That was all a all make believe. Is it possible? I mean, really, would that be a shocker? It would for me because he seems so, real and sincere, and I wondered how I wonder, could people be shaking hands behind the scenes? Now, people could say that about me. I can tell you, my lawsuit is real. Okay, it's very real, and I don't know what's going to happen. And I have said, even in my filings, certain things I have to be careful about because I could make a mistake too. This judge, we saw what happened back in, I guess, November. It's time frame. And if this judge is had it up to, you know, I don't know what could happen, you know? It could be one misstep. Either way. And there it is. Yes, it's easy to make a mistake. And some can be critical. Mhm. And there are people who are looking to help people make it easy to make mistakes, especially now. Especially now. And there are going to be narratives, false narratives that are spun. Mhm, mhm. And the closer that we get to, we think, finding out the truth or getting through that door, the more that they are putting up in the way as a roadblock. That's not a conspiracy. That's just facts. There have been a lot of filings in this case. Mhm. And just keeping up with them can cause just the response that's required as pro se to get it all done. It is not impossible to make a mistake, even when you've checked and checked and checked. And if you've checked on thin fuel, you know, among other things, or need to hit, you know, time, then things they can get overlooked. Yeah. And right now, this court is pretty quiet. What to make of it? I explain what I think. It's the beginning of the year and the court's busy, and definitely we're going to hear from the court. I'm not concerned. I'm not worried about that because, legally, yeah, even if things go on, even if you have there are some courts that people think they'll never get answered, but they do. Yeah. I just hope that, and I think that this judge is, from what I can tell, they're very thorough. They're about business. This district judge, Levy, and even the magistrate, in my case, they don't take any, yeah, at all. Though I've seen people have been late on things and a day late or whatever. And it's, I don't have to call it out. It's just, okay. But this, I wonder if I'm going to wonder out loud. I wonder if she's waiting for me to file something specific. Yeah. And there are a lot of things that I don't even know that I don't know. Right? Yeah. I don't. So let me pause here and take a look at the chat and see who's joined me. And yeah, another night talk, and yeah, you never know what you're going to get. Unless I do analyze this and kind of give you more of a heads up. Yeah. I'm going to be busy tomorrow. Let's see. Who's joined me? Who's in the bear cave? Who's saying hello? Start at the top. Oh, we have Love 777. Good evening to you. Oh, we have the Survivor back tonight. Says hello. Everyone, hope you are all well tonight. You're visiting us again. Okay. Welcome back. Yeah, don't play with that black ice at all. Yeah. Personal driver are getting behind the wheel anytime soon. Okay. Yes, scary situation. Very scary. Is what makes it scary is when you go into a 360 and you really don't have much control. You just have to wait. Yeah. And thank God no cars were coming behind me. Yeah. Let's see. Cups of conversation. Good evening. It's not me. OnStar. That was some time ago. Before before OnStar, at least in my car. Yeah. Now with we have OnStar. Yeah, all of it. Yeah. Even if you don't have a phone. Yeah, that's right. Cub says, when I was a teenager, I got into a car accident, got a flat. The police came by and said they was about to get off and left me and my friends on the highway. I didn't want to mention that. You think, is that an excuse? You're at the end of your shift? Okay. That's really not nice at all. They just left you. So then it happens, right? There you go. Confirmation it happens. Hmm. Teddy, play Lil Wayne, Mr. Officer. Oh, yeah. That was a song I played um, after the officer came to my house. Not right away, but after I learned, and had the tape and the voice. After this person denied, and I have that too, denied that it was them that called. It wasn't me that did it. Mm-mm. And no one asked her. No one said. But she voluntarily said it wasn't her. And then when I got the tape and played it, yeah, it was her impersonating a niece. Mhm. Life lessons are really the best ones. They are. A survivor has a story. Got pulled over for a ticket in my 20s and cried like a baby. And that's okay. It can be scary being pulled over. Yeah. Especially if you don't know where you're going. If you're in a strange city and you don't know. hmm Could be a little risky. Yes, it's going to stick with you, Teddy, for the rest of my life. Nothing is more shocking than seeing your own kind mistreat you or mess with you like that. But I thought a woman, I think that was it for me. It's like a woman and one that looks like me. Like, you know how scary it is out here? I think you do. At least get me up off the freeway. Can't you just do that? And that was no. Whoa. Can't. And I didn't say it like that. Of course I'm going to be. She didn't care. You just have some people. So they're saying that Shandava is getting himself into a lot of trouble. Let's see how he hair flips out of this one. I forgot about that. That's right. Hair flip Shandava. Yeah. Shandava. Yeah, he can be very curt. And then there's been a few times that I thought, just a few, that something he said made sense. Because I give people, I listen to pretty much everything. I do. If someone's speaking directly at me, they say keep your enemies close. Mhm. Your friends close and your enemies closer, right? He's a do boy and begs to be used. Shandava doesn't. He's. I have never. His bark. I'll just say for some reason his bark, and he barks very loudly, but there's just something about his bark that was never. I don't know. I just always thought it was kind of like maybe more of a show. I don't know. That's he just struck me that way. Yeah, I don't know. Hurt people hurt people. Yes. The way he goes at women, you should see some of those earlier tapes. Shandava would go all in his mouth. Whoa. But yeah. So his comedy would be like a junkyard dog. I'm sorry if you have a junkyard dog, but that would be him. Um, it's brutal, you know, very edgy. That's him. That's not a secret. Yes, he has spoke on and against people's kids. He has. He has. And if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to look back. I think he's called someone a gremlin before. Yeah. He most definitely has a very bad gender complex with most women. Do you know most of his audience, though, are women? And some women, they're just in love with him. I mean, like they would want to date him. And yeah, I don't mean because he's not, attractive. He thinks he's like this and that. But I mean, no. And he would say the same for me. I'm not talking about the way he looked, but really? If you ever listen to Shandava describe his role, okay? Yeah, I've heard him describe his role. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. I was just shocked. Okay, let's keep going. He's talked really nasty about Trees kid. Him and Trees used to be like, you know, content creators that could play each other's videos, gag, and, yeah, he would go on her platform and they were very, very, I would say, close for content creators. But look what happened. Hmm. Yep. And him and Sweet Pea, boy, he drug her through the mud. Hmm. He did, I guess, with Trees. Yeah. Facts, Teddy. And she has recently tried to lie and change her. It was all her stance. Hmm. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. Speaking of that, why does she make those moaning X-rated sounds when? Oh, I don't know. Except that she calls herself Mock. I don't know. I really don't. I haven't listened to everything. What is she doing? I don't know. I know she said, she's like put her to sleep. Yeah, talk so slow. Okay, whatever. Listen carefully. Buzzball, the scheme of things wouldn't be surprised. Teddy, you never cease to amaze me because I was thinking that once. Hmm. Now, Did somebody say, was it Maggie? Was it? I haven't listened to her video, but it's like if I click on, it's like 5 minutes or whatever. Did I hear her say something about the troll farm? Yeah, maybe that's where I got the today. Did she say that 3 people were working together at some point? Tasha K, she named, and Jaguar Wright, and then Danielle. Did she say that? Does anybody know? And what made her say that? I want to know. I wonder about that Sam Bakersy email address that she used. I believe it was her that used that Tasha K takedown for Hear Her TV. Hmm. Yeah. Because I've never believed then, and I still don't believe, but that it was Tasha K who took Hear Her TV down. Why? Did have you ever heard Tasha K mention Hear Her TV? No, I haven't. I haven't. Shandiva. Okay. Yeah, maybe it should be Shandiva. I call him Shandaba. Um, hmm. She wrong about them working together. Joanne says you don't think they work together. She wrong? Okay. Would that would be shocking. Except except there was someone in Tasha K's camp who reached out to me when my channel was having some problems with in 2022, summer of 2022. Asked me specifically what's going on with Danny. Is there something going on? Is there like a problem? It's like, what do you mean? Who are you? Like, why do you? I should have asked, why do you ask? I probably asked, like, why? Something did cause me to pause, but I'm like, you've never asked me this before. This is the first time you're reaching out to me. And that's what got you to reach out to me. And then, didn't take long. Didn't take long. My wrench disappeared. And I never got it back. Yeah. So I'm going to sneeze. That was a big sneeze. And I never got it back. Now, never got it back. Hmm. I don't know. Have my own channel, but I Could someone be playing games? I always gave the benefit of the doubt, didn't I, Juju? Oh, now it's getting late, really. I did. I did. But that was 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And I've never personally had an exchange that was, I just haven't. Mm-mm. I haven't. But I'm going to say something. And I'll be delicate with it. There was a content creator. I don't remember what his name was or is. And let's see, how can I be delicate? I'll just say this. He was at maybe below 500. Okay, below 500 subscribers. So that would tell you he was a small channel. Okay. This was not someone that Tasha K was mentoring that I knew. One shout out from her to her audience. One shout out. And when I say shout out, a directional, like do this shout out. Overnight, his channel went, he, like in less than a few hours, let's just say overnight, he got like 500 plus subscribers in one night. Okay. Mm-hmm. Need I say more? Let me read your comments and then I'm going to say goodbye. Let's see. Somebody else has come in. All comments and opinions are your own. I don't know who 9 size me to me is. Let's be careful about some things that we say. That part is kind of hard for me to believe. Mm-hmm. I have never thought that they were working together. That's why I say, this troll, if you heard the way I'm talking about. Let's say if this troll farm. Jag is mighty quiet about Lil Radio not giving her identity to the court for the 3rd time. Jag is working with her too, you think. She's been intentionally lying about who she is for years to help her. Now, If Jag were, that would be one of the first questions I would, kind of like, it's like, she has to know about this, right? Yes. And for someone who I thought was just terrorized by her. Mhm. Yes. But then I don't watch Jaguar Wright. I haven't watched her since she's still on that blue couch or something. I know I see little, like, if it's like a short, I'll watch it. But if she has a regular channel, and I don't have any problem not listening to her. I just haven't watched her. Yeah, in a long time. Yeah. Yes, you can check out Unwind with Teddy, Community Wall for any updates. Jag is no one's interested in her. Okay. Well, she always makes the conversation interesting, even if it's not, because it's Jag. Right. That's just a skill that she has. She's a great conversationalist. She is. I think she is. Somebody would say BS artist, but no, I think Jaguar Wright, she has a lot of interesting things to talk about. Yeah, because of her background. Yeah. Let's see. Who else? Definitely some game playing going on. Yeah. Mhm. You're blocked. What happened? Who blocked you? Let's see. Did I hit did I hit the button? We got to keep Vicky up. Let's find out. Hang on. Let's okay. Music maestro. So, is are you blocked? Like someone blocked you? Because I checked and I didn't see you listed as blocked. You're a moderator. You got your wrench. What's going on? Send me an email. I should check my email. Yeah. Hmm. Let me go down to the bottom. I don't know. Wait a minute. You can see her? Who's she blocked? Maybe that's the problem. Who are you blocked from? You see her, Juju, right? They do that so they can try and troll the chat without a mod seeing them. Okay. How can you tell you're blocked from others? She had her on the run. I actually laughed when she went to the Diddy trial, like she was going to go inside the courtroom. Hmm. Hmm. Jack's 15 minutes might be up. Oh, yeah, Jack. Yeah. I really did believe Jaguar Wright when that Surviving Jaguar Wright came out, that she was angry with Tasha K, that she was angry with Storm when they fell out. Yeah, she was in her car with Goomba, and she said she was on her way to Atlanta. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Yeah. I thought I was going to sneeze again. Um, yeah. So I did believe Jack were right. And um, yeah. And then she was with Nosy whole life. And then they fell out. Yeah. So I don't know. I personally have never had anything against Jaguar. Yeah. Hmm. All right. Can't get it all in. And it's been an hour and 16. We can definitely end before midnight. Yeah, you can email me at unwindwithteddy@gmail.com. Got to get some rest, and I've got a busy day ahead of me tomorrow. So hopefully, I will come back on Run Till that too. Nothing to update with the court, or I would have. So yeah, that's it. Anything else, moderators? You got unblocked. Very good now. Yeah. Nothing is a coincidence. Okay. With TK. Yeah. I remember one time she said, "You can interview me." Yeah. I said, "Really?" That was years ago. I should have taken her up on it. I wonder what I have the same opening now. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm good. That's it. Biggest bear hugs go out to all the grizzlies and the honey bears. Please hit the like on your way out and join me sometime tomorrow. But yeah, it's time to go. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Good night.